TV. And you'd even look like you was a goalkeeper, then you were standing like that, like you was an aeroplane. Come on. Hi guys, welcome to week 7 of the video diary. Things are going to be a little bit different this week, as first of all, we're back on the AstroTurf, as you can see. Season's now started, the club want to keep the pitches as fresh as possible for games, so we're going to be on the AstroTurf for the foreseeable future. Secondly, this is also going to be the week where we start mixing the two teams together, so the under-9s and the under-11s who practice at the same time. 1 week we'll be doing individual team practice, so that's when they'll work in their teams and we'll be working on stuff like decision making and game related scenarios. And the other week, starting today, the other coach is going to take the players who only want to play outfield for some technical skills work, and I'm going to be working with those who want to play in goal on their goalkeeping. So today we're going to be doing some handling work, specifically how to catch the ball. Key coaching point is going to be making sure that players are using their W, okay, thumbs together, fingers spread wide apart to catch the ball, and keeping the hands in front of their face, not level, not down here, not up high, because there's a chance if the ball gets hit too hard, they could go back and into the goal. We're going to start off with a simple warm-up. I'm going to include some dribbling as well, as even though they're keepers, it's good for them to be comfortable with their feet. We're then going to go into a catching practice, which is going to start unopposed, and I'm going to turn it into a race to add a little bit of competition and a little bit of pressure to them. Then we're going to go into a game of handball, which is going to be team against team, and they're trying to get the ball into an end zone. Once again, throws are going to be high, so they'll be working on their catching skills. And then to finish, for about the last 15 minutes, I'll be going into Goalie Wars, which is a great game to work on the shot stopping, see if they can catch a ball when the shot comes into them. And it's a game that players of all ages, whether they're youngest or the oldest goalkeepers, have fun with. Enjoy. To begin with, and all I want you doing, hands on the ball, okay, you're just going to be bouncing it back into your hands and walking round. If I say set, you're going to put the ball down and you're going to stand in your set position, okay, which is your hands out nice and wide, looking ready like you're about to save a shot. Okay, last person will do a little forfeit, so it is a race when we do it. Means you'll be doing something that the others won't. Okay? Let's get moving, let's get bouncing that ball.
Okay. My hands are too small still. No!
Set!
The aim for the warm-up was to make sure that the girls were getting plenty of touches with the ball in their hands. They were getting a feel for catching the ball, albeit with it bouncing up off the floor, and also to add a competitive element to the practice, as developing that will to win is a key aim of mine this season, and it's something that I felt we could start from the very beginning of the session.
And stop there. Okay, little change now. Instead of bouncing the ball, using your fingertips, just tap it up in front of your head. Okay, once again, if I say set, ball's down, you're there. You've got to keep your fingers stiff and just tap the ball with the fingertips, okay? You'll get used to it. Yeah, you'll get used to it. Okay, carry on.
We progressed the practice to include the girls keeping the ball up with their fingertips and then through punching the ball, as well as jumping over the ball to get into the set position, hoping to improve their leg strength, hoping to improve their ability to spring off their feet in case they ever need to jump to catch or make a diving save.
Okay, you two carry on. 5-3, Ruby. Ball in your hands. We're going to rotate the player here every 60 seconds, and then we're going to have a little competition with it to see who can do the most. So, the first bit's the practice, the second bit's the race. Right, so, player here is going to be the main work. You've got to be ready as well, not doing the Macarena or whatever you're doing. Okay? Player here is the one who's going to be working. You're going to receive a ball off someone. Yes, Ruby. And I want you to throw it from your chest towards my face. Ruby. You catch, throw it to the person who doesn't have a ball. Then the next player. Jasmine, yes. Good. Grace, yes. My face is not down there. All right, Ruby, Jasmine, Grace. Okay, that's all it's going to be for about 60 seconds. Okay, and then we'll change the player in the middle. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna get some.
Push that pass out from your chest towards Evie's face. Okay.
Should be easy. I'm gonna get hit.
What's that?
Should be easy if someone looks small.
Okay. And don't throw it, girls, until she asks for it. Okay. Make sure she's ready. So when you're ready, Evie.
Ruby, yeah.
Remember, aim for the face. Aim for the face. That's it. Ruby doesn't have a ball. There we go. Make sure you're asking that player for the ball.
Ruby.
The next part of the session was to give the girls some repetition in terms of catching the ball, making that W, and making sure that they had their body square to the ball. A natural thing at this age is to turn your head, especially when there's a ball coming towards your face. And one of our players did that, and I wanted to bring up why it's not a good idea to do that.
What just happened then at the end?
She got hit in the face. She looked away.
Turned away, didn't took your eye off the ball, and that's why you've took one in the face. Okay, and girls, I know it's a natural reaction because there's a big ball of leather coming towards you. All right, but you've got to keep your eye on that ball. So when you take it off it, that's when the mistakes happen. Right, Ruby, you're in the middle. Okay, go.
We progressed the session to a race between the players. They had 30 seconds to get as many catches as they could. This part of the session also helped them develop their reaction speed. With balls coming quickly, they had to be ready for them, and also promoting the idea of quick distribution. As soon as they caught it, they were looking for the open player, giving the ball to them, and then getting ready for the next catch.
That's it, good. Stop. So, the game is called Handball.
Oh.
Handball, okay, or throw catch, or
You have to have the ball like.
basically it's kind of like a cross between football, netball and rugby.
I thought you were going to say basketball.
So, how do people score in rugby?
They.
Where do they have to run to?
To the opposite team side, and they have to put it on the ground with them touching it.
Where they put it on the ground, what's it look like?
It's a big brick.
Okay, so what it's called is an end zone.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know rugby.
That's all right, so I'm going to help explain it. So, what I've got, girls, on that side, behind the white line, there's one end zone, from the white line to the fence. And then on this side, we've got another end zone, from this line of cones to the net. Okay, so Ruby, just hold the ball. If I'm on Ruby's team and she throws the ball to me and I'm in the end zone, that'll be a point if I catch it.
If you drop it.
If I drop it, the other team get the ball.
Oh.
Okay, so when you're throwing it, right, I don't want it down there because that's going to be hard for me to catch.
That was close.
Okay? So what I'll say, we're going to play to this line here and that line of discs along there where the two white cones are and the discs. Okay? Pinks, you can defend that end zone, so you're scoring up here. Oranges, you're defending this end zone, so you're scoring down there.
We moved on to a game of handball for a number of reasons. Number one, I wanted to give the girls a chance to develop catching the ball under pressure from an opponent. The temperature was also starting to drop, so I wanted them to stay warm, and by moving around in a game of handball, their bodies are going to do that. And they also get to develop their communication skills, which, seen as a goalie can see the whole pitch, is a very, very important skill for them to develop.
There you go, well done, Orange. Yeah, but just pay attention. This final game is called Goalie Wars.
Yeah!
Okay? Tell by that reaction it's a fun game. So take the ball a second.
I don't remember this game.
Yes, you do. Right, so it's Evie versus Grace. You only get points for saves. Okay?
Oh, so if you save a goal.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to score in the other half.
This is halfway. So Evie has to take her shot at Grace before she gets to this line here. And I'm going to put some discs down in a minute just to make it a bit more obvious. Okay? Grace is... Hang on. Grace is going to try and save it. So Evie, when you're ready. That's a good save. Now, you alright? Hang on a second. Right, so, because Grace saved the ball, she gets 10 points. If she had caught it, she gets 50. However, if Evie scores, or if Grace scores on Evie, you go straight back down to 0.
Did you say if you save you get 10 points? Wait, they go down to
10 for just the save, 50 for a catch or a scoop.
So if you don't manage to save it, you go back down to 0.
Only if they score. Okay, so
Yeah, if you don't save it.
if you dive and you catch it, it's 50. If you dive and you just save it, it's, well,
Where you like?
yeah, girls.
Yeah.
So now it'll be Grace's go.
When you're ready, Grace.
Remember, Grace has got up to this line. Evie's hopefully going to be in a set position. So Evie caught that, even though it was on the floor, she actually caught it. Evie would get 50 for that. Well done, 50 points, Grace.
Goalie Wars has been a standard finishing practice whenever I've done goalkeeper sessions. It's a really fun game that players enjoy playing. They get opportunities to make lots of saves. They get opportunities to score as well. Very important that you make sure players are getting points for saving. And you can also condition it to get what you've been focusing on in the practice out of the players. Hence why catching the ball was worth 50 points as opposed to just saving it. I wanted the girls using the hands and actually securing the ball. One of the nice things that happened in this practice is that players recognised where their mistakes were coming on and they were able to tell me how they could change the saves they were making.
Good, that's a save, that's only worth 10. Okay?
Got to use now.
Yeah, because now she's got the ball back. You're halfway through. That's 50, well done. This is going to be the last round, and we're going to go for 3 minutes. Okay, so a little bit longer this time. Before we start, Ruby, before we start, 2 key things we need to remember. Okay, good. What else? What's linked to that? Ready position, set position. Toes, knees slightly bent, arms out, hands looking big. Anything else? What's the other one? What if that ball comes to you in the air? W to catch that ball. Okay, arms out, W with our hands. Rather than passing it down or trying to clap our hands together, because that's when we will take one right in the mush. Right, 3 minutes, let's go.
Just before the final bit of the practice, we went over the coaching points that we talked about. I wanted the girls to reiterate those. Some people like to do a debrief at the end of the session. Me personally, I prefer to do it just before we finish when they're still playing a game so that it's fresh in their mind and they can implement it for the final 5 or 10 minutes of the practice.